Welcome back. South Africa is facing severe social developmental issues, including poverty, extremely high unemployment, especially among young people, and of course, profound inequality. All of these are, depending on who you ask, rooted in the country's legacy of apartheid. In October, though, South Africa observes Social Development Month, and it's a period when the department and its partners try to highlight programs aimed at fighting these issues, whilst also building a caring, sustainable society for all. Let's bring in the department's Sandy Godlwana, who's the head of communications, to help us speak about how government is aiming to combat these issues. Sandy, it's great to see you. Thanks very much indeed for your time. For as long as I can remember, the triple threat, as it's been called, of poverty, unemployment and inequality has really been a major challenge for the country. And I wonder in what ways the department different interventions outside of just outreach programs around the month of October.
Thank you so much. Let me greet you as well as the viewers, and thank you for the opportunity that you provided to the Department of Social Development. Of course, there's quite a lot that we are doing as a department. As I speak, we are commemorating October month, which is a month where we really showcase the work of the department, including its entities. We know that the National Development Agency is one of the entities, and SASSA. In dealing with these issues of poverty, we understand the challenges. People are unemployed. A lot of people, especially during COVID, have lost their jobs. SASSA is there as an agency to make sure that at least we reach out to those who really need that government assistance. So we are paying close to 18 million, social grant beneficiaries who receive child support grant, older persons, foster care grant, and a number of other grants that we offer, including social relief of distress when there's disasters. We know that there are funds that are allocated and funds that assist when there are times of need, when people are in need of government services, where we provide hot meals, especially when people are still sitting in community halls waiting to be assisted in terms of houses, etc. So there's a lot of programs that we have in place, but also in terms of social development as a whole. We also look at other, there's other programs that we have within, the department, programs to deal with, especially GBV. Of course, there was an awareness session recently where we tried to share information regarding, sexual abuse, etc., especially for the young ones. Children, programs of foster care, So we have social workers on the ground who are providing assistance to those in need. So there's quite a lot. Hence, during this month, we showcase the good work that government is doing, because we know out there in the media, a lot of negativity is out there in terms of government.
Right.
But during this, our focus is to ensure that we assist those in need with such programs, as mentioned, in terms of social relief, but also being out there to check what challenges do people have, so that in terms of our strategies and action plans, we can respond to the needs of the people.
Yeah.
We work also at the CPS, where we work with other government departments. So it's not just social development, but other government departments who are able to come together to assist when people need our services.
I hear that, and you've alluded to the negative press that's out there, and I suppose you'll forgive the skeptics among us. It's difficult for some people to be optimistic about whether or not the money that's allocated to the department is being used efficiently. I mean, you of course know about, we call it a scandal around the trip that was taken to New York, costing millions of rand, in a context where even as recently as this week, there are reports that some people are struggling to receive their SASSA payouts.
I would want, with all due respect, to focus only on Social Development Month activities, and this is what I was called to talk on. For now, I'm not in a best placed to actually talk about any other matters concerning the department, because I am aware that there are investigations currently underway, and one can really, at this point in time, cannot share any information. But my focus really was to showcase the good work of the agency, the agencies that are under the Department of Social Development, but also the work that is done. We know we have the 365 days action plan in terms of dealing with issues of GBV. We also recently welcomed the gazetting of the 2025 Children's Amendment Bill. So those are some of the things that we want to get out there. iCrop is also one of the programs that SASA has, where we reach out to members of the public to share, information on government services, but also to assist members of the public who need assistance from government. So that's what we want to profile at this point in time.
Right, Sandy, to be fair, you're the one who alluded to the media reports, and so that's why I'm going there. And as the head of communications, I'm sure you'll appreciate that these things are intertwined. It's no use speaking about the events that take place when there's a lack of trust, for example, between the public and the department.
Like I said, I've alluded to the fact that, there are investigations currently underway, and one can really not share any information for now, because I think at the right time, once all of these investigations have been finalized, one can be in a better position to actually draft a media statement and also be given an opportunity to share the information. But for now, I just request for that patience.
All right. How are you finding that the general public is responding to interventions that you've introduced? I mean, I, for example, have once assisted a pensioner in Alexandra having issues with her payout, and part of the concerns she has raised is that it's difficult sometimes to wait in some of these queues, which often are not friendly to people who can't stand for long periods of time. Because it's one thing, I suppose, to have these projects and initiatives in October, but it's another, I suppose, to make sure that the services reach their beneficiaries in every other time of the year, which is when the real work, if you like, of the department should be shining.
Let me state that we are also, as a department, strategic planning sessions with our agencies. For now, we're talking specifically about social grants. And one can say that there are plans in place to ensure, even in terms of dignity services, that when people come to our offices, there are specialized colleagues who are assisting in terms of the queue management. SASA has also implemented the kiosk and queue management. So we are trying to improve our services, and people just need to be slightly patient. We care for those in need. And this is why we are implementing these programs. People can also apply online if they're applying for social grants. Yes, we feel for those who go to our offices are unhappy with our services. And we have developed posters where people can actually complain and submit their complaints and suggestions, so that we also further improve our services. But in terms of those receiving grants, we make no mistake, as one of the agencies that deals with social grants, SASA, to pay those, unless if the client needs to review. You are informed in time to come through to our offices review. Others, you mentioned that others perhaps don't receive their funds. It's because they are social grants. That's mainly because we would have informed them to come and review at our offices, so that we check if they still qualify to receive the grants. But unfortunately, clients at times do not receive notification because they perhaps haven't updated their details on our system. So therefore, we're appealing to clients to update their information. Should they move to another, we need to be informed. Should they change the numbers, they need to inform us. But in terms of payments of social grants, we make no mistake, each month, SASA makes sure that we pay the grant to the right person and at the right time.
Right, and I wonder if we're to open the lines, whether the general public would agree with that, but perhaps that's for them to speak about. Insofar as the services is concerned at some of the branches, Sandy, these are long-standing issues that I've highlighted, and you're asking for more patience. The question becomes, how much more time is reasonable amount of time before people can, I suppose, accept that perhaps the department is overwhelmed and can't really meet up to its own mandate?
I won't really agree with you on that one. Here we're probably mentioning a few cases where people would complain on long lines, etc. But as I'm saying, we've introduced a queue management system. We've introduced online systems to assist those clients who might not be able to come to our offices. There's innovation in terms of us trying to assist our clients. In fact, our strategic documents make it clear that we need to prioritize the customer. So that's what we are trying to do right now. As I said, we've even implemented having suggestion boxes, which we monitor from time to time, just to check in terms of the complaints and how we can assist. Our call center is fully functional. Should people have issues, they can refer those and talk to our very well-trained officials. At our offices, if clients are unhappy with the service, as I said, we have photos of the management of that office. Clients can actually report whatever unhappiness that they have with the office manager, and they can be assisted. We have queue workers who monitor the queues and ensure that there are express lines for those who might perhaps be coming through to our offices just to ask questions on documents to bring, etc. So that's what we are doing, and we continue to improve in terms of the services that we provide, because we understand that government needs to really treat our clients with the utmost respect and give them that dignity that they deserve at all times.
All right, Sandy Godlwana, I appreciate your speaking to us. All the very best. The department's work is important for our developmental agenda, so I wish you well for the month of October. Sandy Godlwana is the Head of Communications with the Social Development Department.